Today we are prepping Chipotle chicken bowls with our cilantro garlic rice, Chipotle chicken, and fajita veggies that works as a perfect meal prep recipe for your week. It is such a simple but delicious recipe that you need to make. So follow along and let's make it together. Let's get started with our prepping. And the first thing that we're gonna be preparing today is our Chipotle chicken. The Chipotle chicken is gonna take around an hour to marinate. So we wanna make sure that's the first thing that we get started. So while the chicken is marinated, we can get started with the rice and the fajita veggies. So I am going to measure around 20 ounces of chicken, maybe more. These are some large chicken breasts, but this is around 25 ounces, and this is going to yield for about 4 to 5 servings of the chicken. Now that I have that measured, we're gonna start to cut our chicken. And I'm gonna first start right here on the side so that the chicken is not super thick. All right, once your chicken is sliced up, we're going to be cutting it in little cubes. So you can go from the middle and then smaller chicken cubes so that it's just gonna be easier for the marinade instead of having like big pieces of chicken. So just small pieces. We're gonna be started with our chipotle peppers, and I'm going to use around 1.5 cans. But first, we're just going to get the liquid out and pour it in here. As much as you can, just the liquid. There's gonna be a few chipotle peppers in there, but we are going to process it. You can do it in a food processor. I'm just gonna use this to do that because I do like it to be a little chunky. Okay, now that you have your chipotle peppers, most of the sauce should be here. You can use 2 cans. I actually didn't even use the whole thing, but I might add more just if I don't have enough. So we'll see if I do add more, but now we are going to add lemon. Squeeze, and now we are going to be adding salt. We're gonna be adding a dash of that Southwest Chipotle, and you can use Chipotle chili powder. I couldn't find it in the store, but this, you guys, is amazing. This seasoning right here, Southwest Chipotle, and you are going to measure with your heart, but I would say about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of this seasoning. Then I am going to add onion powder into this. And I'm going to add 2 more seasonings. I'm going to add cumin powder. And I am going to add garlic minced, but you can use garlic powder. Just my grocery store, for some reason, didn't have garlic powder. Okay, now that you've got all of your spices, the lime, and also the chipotle, we are going to mash it up. And again, if you have a food processor, you can do it all in there, but honestly, this works perfect. You just want to press really hard, and we're gonna stay here for just a few minutes until most of it's a consistency of a puree. Okay, now we have the puree consistency, and we are going to transfer our chipotle sauce in our chicken, and we are going to let it marinate for 1 hour. Let's give it a good mix. And now I am going to cover this with plastic wrap. All right. This bad boy is going in the fridge. Now that our chicken is marinated, we are going to be working on the cilantro and garlic rice. And all we're gonna need is white or brown rice. You're going to need butter, or you can use olive oil. I'm using grass-fed butter, and it's going to add such a delicious flavor. And then I am using garlic cloves and then cilantro. We're gonna be starting first with our garlic cloves, and I'm going to use 3 garlic cloves. All right, we are done peeling the garlic. Honestly, this is my worst favorite part of cooking, is peeling garlic and chopping the freaking onions. But we did it, and I'm going to mince this garlic with my mincer. And I am heating a pot, and I'm gonna add my grass-fed butter. I'm going to add around 20 grams of grass-fed butter into the pan. You can do olive oil, and then we are throwing these bad boys with around 2 cups of rice. All right, we're gonna be adding our 20 grams of butter, and we are gonna start adding our garlic, minced garlic in there. All right, 2 cups of rice. And we're gonna combine it all, and we're gonna be toasting the rice with the butter and the garlic, and it's going to get super delicious and toasty and aromatic. We are going to be adding some salt, and now we're adding 4 cups of water. Now we're gonna be prepping our fajita veggies, and we're gonna be using onion, green bell peppers, and I'm using the mixed peppers to add some color and some pop. Let's get started first with the onion, and I'm gonna use a whole onion just so I can have enough for my meal prepping for the entire week. All right, I peeled my onions, and now I am gonna cut them in big, long slices. I'm gonna transfer this to my bowl right here so then I can start chopping my bell peppers. All right, we've got our veggies. I'm gonna start grilling this as my rice cooks, and then we are gonna finish off with our chicken in just a little bit as it's still marinating. We're gonna start to cook these veggies. I'm gonna add olive oil spray. You can use regular olive oil, but this helps to save on calories. Okay, I'm gonna add my veggies in there. We are going to cover so that the veggies get a little bit more cooked. This allows it to cook faster, and then we're gonna start adding our seasonings. I'm gonna be adding the Southwest Chipotle again. And I'm gonna be adding garlic, salt, and we're gonna add a little bit of acid, which is going to be from the lime. That way it has that acidic taste to these delicious fajitas. Our rice is fully cooked, and now we're gonna be adding our cilantro, and we're gonna squeeze some lemon juice as well. And then let's give it a good mix. And there we have it, you guys. Garlic, cilantro, lime. This is going to go so well with our Chipotle chicken. All right, last thing we're cooking is our chicken. I'm spraying olive oil spray. There we go. We're gonna cook each side for about 4 to 6 minutes. You're gonna make sure that you are seeing if it's nicely cooked, and then we're going to be flipping them, and then they will be done. And we are done with our Chipotle chicken bowls for meal prep. We made our cilantro and garlic rice. We made the chicken chipotle, and we also made the fajita veggies. And just like how I prepare them here, I keep them in separate containers so that throughout my week, I can just add them in a plate and in my bowl. But this was such a simple and delicious recipe that you should make for dinners or for lunches and just have throughout the rest of your week. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video.